Right, so we're now on to the final topic for Unit 4. The title of this topic is EU, or more importantly, Economic Integration. Now, economic integration, first of all, let's cover what this is. This is where countries start to operate more dependent with each other, so they're more reliant on each other. So all them barriers that stop countries from trading with each other, working together, start to become blurry. They might even be taken away altogether. So countries start to work close together. There'll be more international trade. So that is countries working together. There'll be more businesses operating across these different countries. So there'll be more multinational companies. So globalization, in effect, you could view as a type of economic integration. You've got to understand 5 different types of economic integration. We've got a performance area. We've got a free trade area. We've got a customs union. We've got a common market. And then finally, we have what we call economic union. As we go from left to right, the level of economic integration is starting to increase. And what we'll do to illustrate these, we'll use an example. So we'll build up this table as we go through the examples. So for this, what we're going to assume is we have some different countries. Call this one country A, this one country B, and this one country C. I'm going to assume that we can make 2 different products. Product 1 can be made in country A for £1. Product 2, £2. In country B, same 2 products. Product 1, £2. Product 2, £1. Country C for now we're going to ignore. Let's build up what we mean by performance area first of all. What we're assuming is that most countries originally will have restrictions that stop trade with each other. They operate independently. So that means if you want to consume products 1 and 2 and you live in country A, you will buy from your country. If you live in product B, if you live in country B, you will buy products 1 and 2 from your country. So clearly either of these countries, and the cost of living to buy both products will be £3. The reason why product 1 won't be sold in B is because country B will put restrictions, maybe a tariff which stops that product from coming to country B at a cheap price. They wanted to protect domestic employment. Okay, so what we have are trade restrictions which stop these countries from trading with each other. Now what will happen is when we create a performance area, maybe country A and country B can see benefits of trade. What they will do is to remove the majority of the trade restrictions between the members. So what we can see has happened for a performance area is that we've reduced trade restrictions between countries. What this should mean is that product 1 will be sold and it will be made in country A and will be exported to country B. Product 2 made in country B, exported to country A. So what you can hopefully see now is that if you want to buy these 2 products now, it will only cost you £2. At the moment though, both countries operate independently when it comes to country C. So yep, they've agreed to low restrictions between each other, but they will each individually decide policy with other countries. So if country A wants a free trade with country C, they will do. If country B wants restrictions with country C, they will do. They each have their own policy with dealing with country C. Now, what happens with a free trade area? There will be no restrictions to trade. So country A, country B now will start to specialise even more. So any restrictions that linger will now disappear. What's likely to happen is that industry 2 will disappear from country A. This will all move to country B. At the same time, industry 1 will close in country B and operate solely in country A. These countries are now integrated together in quite a big way, but they've still got their own policy with dealing with country C. Customs union, I beg your pardon. What we've got now are uniform barriers. So what country A and country B will do now is to decide together what to do with country C. So country A can't have one policy, country B can't have a different policy. They have to work together to have a uniform policy with other countries. If country A says no trade to country C, country B will say the same. If country B says that we should have some trade with country C, A will negotiate and will eventually have to agree. A common market. What we're looking at now is free movement of resources. So we've now got free trade between country A and country B. But what we haven't got is free movement of labour or capital up until we get to a common market. Think what's happened, all those people that worked making product 2 in country A, they've all lost their job. They might like the skills to go making product 1 in country A. Country B has lost industry number 1. So what can happen now is then these unemployed people can move from one country to the other. There's no restriction on labour movements. Country A has to accept workers from country B. Country A, exactly the same from country B. Other resources, capital as well. So there'll be more sharing of technology. There will be more businesses setting up from each country in the other country. So the country's starting to integrate more and more together. Next stage, economic union. What we've now got are the same macro targets and eventually a single currency. So let's think about what could happen. Country A, country B, they've got free trade with each other. But if they've got different currencies, exchange rate fluctuations will impact on trade with each other still. So what they will want to do eventually is have a single currency. Same currency takes away exchange rate uncertainty. They can now trade with each other without the worry of exchange rates changing. That should promote even more integration between the two countries. Because they've now got the same currency, what they will also have is a common interest rate, a common central bank. So hopefully eventually the business cycles or the economic cycles of the countries will start to resemble each other. When this happens, we have full economic integration. To all intents and purposes, once we get to economic union, country A, country B economically are the same country.